Hello friends, in this video we will learn how to create a quiz using Google Forms. So for this, first we will open the Chrome browser. On the search bar we have to type on forms.google.com. After that we can enter. So when we type forms.google.com, we will get the front page of our Google form. So this is an untitled form. So let's start now. First you have to name the form. As you can see here on the left corner, untitled form is written. So on this one we will tap. So we will give first a name to our file. So let it be like class 3 science. So the name is given. So this helps us to identify our file. Next, another untitled form is written. So by default it will take the same name. If we want, we can keep the same name, or else we can change it. So it is class 3 science. Let us write something like the description for the form, suppose a slip test. So the name has been given now. Next, we have to convert this one into a quiz. So we'll click on the three dots on the right side corner. So when you click on the three dots, we get so many options. Here you can see. So first we'll click on settings. So when you click on settings, it will show you this page like general, presentation and quizzes. So first let's see the general settings. In this you can see collect email addresses, limit to one response, edit after submit. So many options we have. According to our need, we can select the options. So if you click on collect email addresses, the student to whom you are sending this one, they have to type their email addresses. Next, limit to one response. That means a student cannot respond to your questions more than one time. So if you are clicking on limit to one response, he or she has to sign in. Then only they can open the question form. Next, respondents can edit after submission. So if you are clicking on this one, they will be able to edit that one. So we will not turn it on now. So next we will go for presentation. In presentation you can see show progress bar, shuffle question order, show link to submit another response. So by default the third one will be on. So let it be on. Next, confirmation message. So here we can type any message such that a student gets a message whenever he or she submits the response. The last one is the quizzes. So this is the important one here. So when you click on quizzes, it will ask you to make this as a quiz. So we will turn it on now. Now the time we turn it on, it will show you so many options. The first one, as you can see, immediately after each submission. So it releases a grade. Immediately the student submits the questions. So once he or she has submitted the response, he will get the marks. So next one is later after manual review. So this depends upon the teacher. If you want to manually reveal the marks, this one you can select. Next one, respondents can see missed questions, correct answers and point values. So we will turn off the missed questions. Next, correct answers. So the student will not be able to know what are the answers correct. But the last one should be on, so that he or she gets the points. So after this selection, we will click on save. Now this has become an quiz now. So let's start with a question. So first thing, after giving the name to the question paper, here in the first one, untitled question. So here we will ask to put the name of the student. So name of the student. So name of the student will be a short answer. As you can see here, there is a drop down. So when you click on this one, it shows you so many options like short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes. So we can select according to our choice, but as it is a name of the student, so it will be a short answer. So next thing, here down you can see there is an option called required. So here we will turn it on. So when you turn it on, the student has to put his or her name, then only they can submit. So that's the first thing. Next, down you can see there are so many options. On the left side corner there is a plus button. The plus button is used to create many more questions just to follow up. So we'll click on the plus button. As you can see, we have got one more question to be typed. So here we can start typing our question. So let's start. Suppose question number 1. So let me type it. Which is the largest mammal? So for this, there are so many ways of answering. So we will be creating a multiple choice question. As you can see here, there are so many options like multiple choice question, short answer, paragraph, anything. So here we are going to give some options. So it will be a multiple choice question. So here down you can see option 1, add option, anything like that. So the Google suggests you also one correct answer like the Antarctic blue whale. So the correct answer is actually Antarctic blue whale. So let's see, we'll tap on option 1. So we'll give one option like tiger. So to get another option, we'll click on add option like elephant. Another option will be blue whale. Now we have given 3 options. It is up to us how many options we want to give. So here I have given 3 options. Now the options are ready. Next, we'll make it required. That means the student has to compulsory attempt the question. After that, on the left side, one blue tick mark you can see. If you click on that one, that is the answer key. So first you have to see what is the answer to be given and what are the points. So points, I can give 1 point to this question. After giving 1 point, I will select the correct answer. So the correct answer is blue whale. Next, done. So our first question is ready. Next, let us create one more type of question. For that, again we will tap on the plus button. So here let's type another one. Now let us put some images into our question. As you can see here, let me write identify the bird in the picture. Identify the bird in the picture. So for this, I have to insert a picture of a bird. So for this, on the right side of the question, you can see one image button is there. So when I tap on the image button, it asks to insert one image. Either we can browse from the device, or we can take a photo of any bird, or we can use the URL, or you can use photos from the device, even from Google Drive or from Google image search. So if I click on Google image search, directly from Google I can take one image. So I will click on the search button. So let me type a bird name like crow. So I have typed crow and search it. So the Google suggests some pictures of crow. From there, any one picture we can take. So I have selected one and I will insert now. So the bird's image will be inserted. So identify the bird in the pictures. For this, some options we have to give like pigeon, crow, and crane. So I am just giving 3 options. It is up to us how many options we want to give. After that, the same process we will make it required and give the answer key here. So when I click on the answer key, first it will ask you how many points you want. If we can increase the points, if you want we can give 2 points. Then the answer, which is the correct answer, that one you have to select. So the answer is selected, then done. So this is a picture based question. As you can see here, identify the bird in the picture. According to the picture, the student has to answer. So we can change the size of the picture also by just dragging it down. Next. So let's take one more question. Yeah. Next one we'll do is we will give images in the options. So which picture like so say we can say crane. So suppose which picture shows us. So from the option the student will select. So when I click on option, for every option in the right, on the right side you can see again one image button is there. We'll click on that and we'll insert one image. So using Google image search we can do it. So when I click on Google image search, let me write dove. So one dove picture I am inserting in the option. You can see in the option one picture will be given. Like that, one more option let me give. So here also again I have to tap on the image button. So here again I will go from Google. So we want a crane. So we'll click on crane. So this is the image for crane. So I am just giving two options here. Our wish we can increase the options. So for every option one image we can insert. After this, required and answer key. Again the same thing, 2 points and the correct option. Next, done. So these are the three types of questions I have done now. One is a direct multiple choice, then image, then images in the option. Now let's see one more type of question. Now here we can just change it as you can see here, short answer, paragraph, any other things also we can give it, like check boxes or drop down, anything like that. According to our question pattern we can form the questions. Suppose we want to give a picture based question. So for that one let us first insert an image. So first we will insert an image here. So as you can see here down in the bottom you can see there are so many options. The fourth one from the down, as you can see here, fourth one. So when I click on the fourth one, we will be inserting one image. So basing on the image, we will put some more questions like suppose like animals. So here, so I am clicking an image of a lion. So you can see here one lion image has been inserted. Now following this image, we can put so many questions down. For this particular image, we can give 2 to 3, whatever the number of questions may be related to the same. So for this, what we'll do, we will add one question to this. Like identify the animal. Identify the animal. So for this one, we can again put some options, or you can keep a short answer also. So options will be tiger, then lion, or a zebra. Next, required, again answer key. We will give 1 point, then select the correct one. So lion is the correct answer, then done. So following to this one, again one more question we can keep. This time let us change something like is it a wild animal or let me change it to true or false. The animal shown is a domestic animal. So for this we'll give two options. The animal shown is a domestic animal. So we will see as you can see here it suggests like a yes, no, maybe. So what we can say, we will click on any option like yes and no. So we have got two options, either yes, no. If you want you can insert that maybe also. But here we have two options, either it will be domestic or it will not be a domestic. So it will next required answer key. In answer key again 1 mark. Then we have to select the correct answer. The animal shown in the picture is a domestic animal. So this is the correct option is no. It is not a domestic animal. If you want to give some answer feedback, you can add it here. That means for the correct answer, we can give some feedback to the it. So next we'll click on done. Next, one more option is there. This is a picture based question. As you can see here, for the same picture, 2 questions are given. So it depends upon us how many we want. The next one is video based questions. Suppose I want to add a video and put some questions for that. So as you can see here, the video button, the 5th option. So we'll insert a video. So it will ask to type search here. So we can search for a video like wild animals. So let's keep it. Let's search it for wild animals videos. As you can see, one video it is showing. So there are so many best wild. So according to our need, you can see here there are so many videos. So we can select wild animals name and sound. I am selecting this one and click on select. So once I have selected, we can give some title to the video also, like go through the video, anything like that. Now this is a video based question, so we will put some questions related to the video. So that means after watching the video, the students will answer it. Like question number 1, what sound does a lion make? Like this question. So we can give some options like roar, or mew, anything like that. So we can keep on adding options according to our need. Then it will be required, then answer key, points, and the correct option. So similarly, we can keep on adding so many questions for the same video. So the student will watch the video and keep on giving the answers. So as you can see, our question paper is ready now. So to view the ones, so view the question how it looks like to the student, we will click on the 3 dots again and select the preview option, the first one. So when you click on the preview option, you can see here, we will get a preview of the question paper. So this is the form the students get. So the name is given, name of the students, everything. So the way the student gets the paper, we can view it. We can see the video also. Now here you can see for every question there is a star mark. The star mark represents, that means the questions are compulsory. So without this one attending that one, the student cannot submit. Next we will go back to our question again. Now here, so once the question is ready, we have to send it to the students. For that, we can see one button here, just before 3 dots, you can see that's the send button. So when I click on send, there are 3 more options. First one is a mail option. We can send to the mail of the student. The second option is a link. So this is the easiest way to send the question paper to the students. So we can shorten the URL. As you can see, it's a long URL. You can just short it. So you'll get a short URL, then copy it. Once the link is copied, we can paste it again on the WhatsApp groups or anywhere, wherever the way you want to the students to get the access. So once it is copied, you can paste it anywhere. So the student will just click on the link and get the form and then submit it. Next option here. Now as you can see here, the total points is 8. Now so many students have started responding to your question paper. So how we get it? Just we click on responses. As you can see here, in responses you can see there is a button accepting responses. Until it is turned on, the students can send you the responses. Once you turn it off, they will be not able to send the responses. This is manually has to be done, so that the students are allowed or not allowed, it will be decided by the teacher. Next, there is a button for preparing an Excel sheet. As you can see here, the green color button. So when I tap on green color button, it asks you to create a spreadsheet. You can change the names of that one. By default, it will take the name of the question paper, so that it is easy to identify again. So you can see here, class 3 science responses. So just I will tap on create, or else if you want some existing already one spreadsheet is there, in that one also you can put it. But for time being, we will create a spreadsheet. So I will tap on create. So once it is tapped on, you have to just wait. So we will select by through which ID we want to open it. So I will open it. So it is now being opened in the Google Sheets. So this is the Google Sheet viewer. Once the student starts responding, you can see the first one is the timestamp. That means at which time the student has responded, the timing will be noted. Then how much score he has got, then name of the student, and all the questions with the answers. So whatever the questions we have asked, according to that, what answers they have given. So this one can be recorded and it is automatically saved in our Google Sheet or in the Drive. Next, after this, now the responses is done and question paper we have sent it already. Now suppose you want to add it to some other teachers, the same question paper you want to share it with other teachers. For this, again we'll click on three dots. Here you can see there is an option down called add collaborators. So when I click on add collaborators, it asks you to add people into the groups or group sum. So we will add some people here. So I have added one. So now when you are adding people here, any other IDs, that means you are allowing them to edit your question paper. The same question paper can be edited by all the members to whom you are adding. So next it will be go. So it will give you one confirmation. Here. Now we can send. So once you are sending, so the person to whom you have added, you can see here person added, to whom you have sent, he or she, they will get one mail. Now after that they can easily work on this one. The same paper will be edited by both of you. Next, suppose you have got a mail now. So let me show you that. So this is the way you will get a form. So to edit, now I will open in forms. You can see here. So the same form I am getting it. So this one can be used by both the teachers. Now here once I get it, so what I will do now, I will just make a copy of it. So why should I make a copy of it? Because if the same question paper link I am sending to the other students, the students in my section and the students in the teacher to whom you have sent, all the responses will come to you who has created the question. So for this we will make a copy of it. To make a copy, again three dots. Here you can see there is an option called make a copy. So click on make a copy. You can see here a copy of class 3 science and you can just click on OK. You can change the name. You can just click on OK. So once you click on OK, you have made a copy and that copy's link you can send to the students of your section or the other section, so that the responses are divided. Now this is all about sharing your paper. Now once the question paper is made, how to get return it back. So where we will find this question now. So for this we will go back and open the Drive. Always remember, once you start working on Google Forms, it is automatically saved in your Google Drive. So we will open the Google Drive. Yeah. So this is the Google Drive what we have. Now here how to search for it. So the whatever you are making, it will be on your files. If you want, you can directly search in the drive or you can just scroll on and identify. So as we have to remember the name that we have given. So I will search in the drive. So the name that I have given is class 3. Class 3 science. So I will be searching for, as you can see here, I have got that class 3 science. So I click on class 3 science. So this is the way we will get back our question again. Again we can start working on this. Now whatever the responses, where it will be present, the responses, it has been converted into a spreadsheet, so it will be also present in the Google Drive or in the Google Sheets app. So here also same thing, we can search it for class 3 science responses. You can see here we can get class 3 science responses. When you click on that, easily we can have access on that. So everything whatever you are working on Google, it will be saved in the Google Drive automatically. Next, now someone else has shared a Google form with you, so where you will find it? So in the Google Drive you can see from the right, the second one, these are the files, but the second one you can see here you will find the shared files. So whoever has shared the files with you, you can get it there. So from here, suppose a teacher has shared a file with me like this integers, as you can see here. So what I will do first, after getting this one, I will make a copy. You can see here, we can make a copy and select the drive. Now a copy will be made of from integers. So when you make a copy, it will be present in your files, that is my drive. So for this you can click on the recent files. You can see here copy of integers. Now this one we can work on. So let us open our question paper now, class 3 science. If you want, you can customize your question paper. As you can see here, beside the send button, there is called customize the theme. The theme options we have, we can keep any header, like we can choose an image, something. As you can see here, there are so many images, so we can search one image. We will just select one, worker school, and I will insert it. We can change the theme color. Suppose you don't like this color, we can change it. You can change the font style of your question paper, but basic is a good one. If you want anything else, you can do like formal, and we will apply. Now we will see there is some changes in the question paper. You can see there is one theme of one image, header image is there, and the font has been changed. So in this way we can easily form a question paper. Suppose we want to convert this Google form into a PDF. So for this we have to click on the three dots. There is an option called print. So when I tap on print, it displays this page. As you can see here, this has been converted into a PDF format now. So the same question paper we can get in PDF format also, and that PDF can be sent as a hard copy to the students also. So for this, what you have to first check the paper size. So here you can see the paper size is letter. So first we will change into an A4 size, so that we get an good format of this. After this, you can see here. Now just tap on the PDF button. You can see here download as a PDF, the yellow button. So when I click on PDF, now this has been downloaded. So it will be downloaded in your internal storage in your device itself. So where you want to download, just click any of the files where you want to get it saved. So let me click on download and save it. Now the file will be saved in your device. So for this, we'll open our my files and see in the downloads. You can even search it. So the name that we have given, like class 3, you can see here class 3, copy of class 3 science PDF, and view it. So you can see here. So this is the PDF format you have got. Now there is an option called import questions. As you can see the second option from the bottom. In the down bar, you can see the second one, that is called as import questions. So what will happen here when I tap on import questions? That means from any other question paper, if you want to take some questions, so you have to select that question paper. Like suppose I have selected one question paper and select. So it will ask you, so which one you want to do it. So you can say I have a question paper here and I want to select one question. So I have an ODI paper here. Suppose I want to select a question here. So from this any question I can select. suppose this one or this one, anyone, or all you can select. So I will click on import questions. So when I click on import questions, so we will find a question here. As you can see this, the question has been imported. So like this we can import question from other question papers also. Now you can see here the name of the student has come down, but the question is up. So there is an option to drag and change the position of the question. You can see the 6 dots in the center here. So I will just tap on it. By holding it, I will just drag it down. You can see here, I can drag the question down. So if you wherever we want, we can put the question. Next, every time before sending it, so let us have a review of that one. So 3 dots and a preview. So the question paper looks like this. So it depends upon the teacher, the way he or she wants to prepare the question paper. So here, as you can see here, to prepare different types of questions, we can just have to click the drop down box here near multiple choice, and we can keep on using them. Like short answer we can, it will be just a word answer. The thing is, whenever you are giving an answer key, it has to match the exactly. Suppose a answer becomes answer is lion. Suppose the answer is lion, the student has to write LION, the correct one what you have given. Suppose you have written the answer in capitals, but the student has answered in small letters, then it will not accept. So short answer, paragraph, these are all only for manual correction. But here what happens in multiple choice, it is automatically the grades are revealed. Next is check boxes. In check boxes, what happens? For the same question, there may be 3 to 4 correct answers. So out of 4, maybe 3 answers are correct. So this allows you to select more than one option. Next is drop down. Next is linear scale. These are only for feedbacks. So particularly as a quiz, multiple choice is the best one to use it.